AFER is bringing you a backstage look at what it's like to bring a case before the U.S. Supreme Court. Meanwhile, Cindy McCain announces her appearance in 8, Dustin Lance Black's play about the Prop 8 trial. There's also a new marriage lawsuit in Utah, more good news in state polls, and 6 more senators come out to support the freedom to marry. At the American Foundation for Equal Rights, I'm Matt Baum, and welcome to Marriage News Watch for April 8, 2013. Well, the excitement from the Supreme Court argument 2 weeks ago is simmering down. Now we wait for a ruling, which could come at any time, but most likely will happen at the end of June. In case you haven't seen it already, AFER released an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the Supreme Court arguments. We followed the plaintiffs and legal team as they assembled in Washington, D.C. and prepared for their day in court. Visit AFER.org or click the video below to watch this inside look at what it's like to bring a case before the highest court in the land. While the Supreme Court considers the freedom to marry, public opinion continues to rapidly shift in our favor. A new Quinnipiac poll shows 50% of Americans supporting marriage equality. Although other surveys have showed even higher levels of support, this is the first time that this particular poll has reached 50%. Among the Americans who have come to support the freedom to marry is Cindy McCain, wife of Senator John McCain. She'll appear next month in a Phoenix production of 8, Dustin Lance Black's new play about the Prop 8 trial. Visit 8theplay.com to find out more about the show and to find a production near you. Meanwhile, more and more politicians are standing up for equality. 6 sitting senators, Republican and Democrat, endorsed the freedom to marry this week, bringing the total to 53. They're Bob Casey of Pennsylvania, Tom Carper of Delaware, Mark Kirk of Illinois, Bill Nelson of Florida, Joe Donnelly of Indiana, and Heidi Heitkamp of North Dakota. Turning to states, Minnesota may be the next to implement marriage equality, but a handful of politicians have proposed civil unions as a compromise or backup plan. So far, their civil union proposal has yet to attract the support already pledged to a full marriage bill. 3 gay couples have filed a federal lawsuit in Utah challenging that state's constitutional amendment barring marriage. A Utah voter poll from 2012 showed that 71% of Utahns favor some form of relationship recognition, but just 28% support marriage. In contrast, a new field poll in California shows support for marriage is up to 61% to just 32% opposed. A Quinnipiac poll in New Jersey shows support at 64% to 30%, and voters in Virginia are split, with 45% in favor of marriage equality and 46% opposed. And finally this week, we're about to get a final vote on a marriage bill in France. The French Senate will hear the measure starting on Tuesday of this week, with debate scheduled to end on Friday. Passage there appears likely. Those are the headlines this week. With the arguments complete, we're now closer than ever to the conclusion of our work to overturn Prop 8. Visit AFER.org to get the latest news and sign up for breaking news alerts. At the American Foundation for Equal Rights, I'm Matt Baum. We'll see you next week.